Hi CCPS, this is Jeff Lawson. Today is Wednesday, September 6th, and we're now in our second day of school, and I'd just like to take a minute, welcome everybody back, and give you some updates on some things that are happening right now in the school system. So again, on behalf of our 2,000 employees, our Board of Education, welcome to the start of the 23-24 school year. We're excited. We're fully staffed. By and large, right now we only have 4 teaching vacancies out of our 11 or 1,200 teachers, which is really outstanding. We know that from the state reporting as recently as 2 years ago that Cecil County Public Schools was tops in the state when it comes to retaining our teachers. So we do a real good job of keeping our people. Our Human Resources Office has really been working hard over the summer to make sure we fill all of our teaching vacancies. So we think we're in a pretty good place there. Test scores were released recently. The Maryland Comprehensive Assessment Program, referred to as MCAP sometimes. We're pleased with what we see, particularly on the literacy side, on the reading side of our test scores. We are clearly bouncing back to our 2019 scores. It would be easy simply to compare to the last school year, but more importantly, we need to start looking at our measures as it relates to prior to COVID. So we're pleased with what we see, particularly in reading. In math, we still have some work to do. There are some pockets of bright spots. Specifically SAT scores. Our SAT scores for our test takers last year were above the state average, above the national average in mathematics. So a little bit of a head scratcher in terms of what some of the data is telling us. But again, we look closely at the data and we adjust curriculum instruction really depending on what we see. You may know that recently, the last few days, we pushed out a survey to all of our families and our staff. We've had almost 5,000 responses, which thank you so much for those of you who took the time to respond. And we took a look closely at some of the issues that we feel are pressing. Specifically, you may have heard by now, there is a push to take a second look at how we deal with cell phones in the classrooms. Our principals and we have decided to work on a new cell phone policy that will require students to, now this is just high schools, will require students to put their phones away in a classroom storage area where they are not to be accessed during classroom instruction time. Elkton High School last year piloted this program for 6 months and had tremendous success. There were no instances of phones being stolen. There were no instances where a family was not able to get in touch with their student in the event of an emergency. So we're really optimistic. Tremendous support on the survey among our parents and staff for doing something proactive like this with cell phone use in the classroom, because frankly it is the single biggest disruption during classroom instruction. So we're really optimistic and see how that's going to play out. Another issue questioned on the survey was the issue of vaping. As you know, Cecil County Public Schools was part of a large class action lawsuit where we were awarded some funding to try some vaping preventative measures, and we are going to do that. Right now it looks like Bohemia Manor High School will pilot an anti-vaping program. It's a vape detection system that can be used throughout different parts of the building, and we do plan to move forward with that on a pilot basis at Bohemia Manor. And again, tremendous support from the community on that issue. The next issue that we would like to address is security at athletic events. As you know, there have been incidents nationally and locally of weapons being used in athletic events. We are taking a proactive step and looking at different weapon detection system. We will likely try a pilot across the county. We will use it at different events just to see how it goes. It requires considerable training on the part of our staff. There's involvement with our school resource officers as well. So more to come on that, but again, it's something we're looking to do as we get into the school year. And finally, once again, the issue of books. You know, the school system has made great strides in the last year, 18 months on making sure parents have an awareness, have a voice in those curriculum pieces and those library resources to which their children are exposed. Here again in the survey, just resounding support for that, and we're grateful and we think we're on the right track. A couple other issues, we have received a Judy Center expansion, which is an early education initiative designed to bring more families of our 3- and 4-year-olds into the schools just to learn proactive steps to make sure children are ready for the school experience and learning, social skills, play skills, and it's a real neat experience, and you can certainly reach out to me if you'd like to learn more about that. 2 final pieces we'd like to make the community aware of. The first is we're really eager to go out into the community and share our budget circumstances with you. So if you're part of a community group or you're aware of a community group and you'd like to have some of us come out and share our budget, how much money comes in, where does it go, and those kinds of things, we would love the opportunity. So just reach out to me directly and we'll try to arrange that and make that happen for you. And then lastly, during the course of the next few months, I will be going out to the different feeder high schools and setting aside time in the evening for families to come out and meet with me personally. The way I see it happening maybe is something along the lines of maybe 5:30 to 7:30, so 2 hours with each family gets 10 to 15 minutes depending on the level of interest, and we can certainly come out and speak to you regarding the experiences you're having with your children in our school system. So that's all I have for now. Welcome back, and let's get the school year started. Thank you.